Lawmakers are on track to ratify the proposed Bangsamoro Law in time for President Duterte's third State of the Nation address.
That's after the Bicameral Conference Committee finally ironed out all contentious provisions of the bill. Here's the report.
The proposed Bangsamoro region is seeing the light. The Bicameral Committee has approved the proposal that seeks to replace the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao. What's formerly known as the Bangsamoro Basic Law has been renamed the Organic Law for the Bangsamoro in the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao.
Because that is what the Constitution provides. The Constitution provides that the Congress shall enact an organic law for the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao and the Cordillera. So, yun ang sinunod namin yung Constitution. And yung basic kasi has been used in other jurisdictions para lumaki. So it becomes like a fundamental law. So we made it very clear. It's an autonomous region of the Republic of the Philippines.
Lawmakers erupted in cheers when they finally consolidated all provisions of the Bangsamoro Law after 6 days of intense debates that lasted deep into the night.
And I have to thank our colleagues from the House of Representatives for such a wonderful job in being patient with the members of the Senate and the sectors involved here.
The law for the Bangsamoro is one of the key promises of President Duterte. A similar proposal had languished in the legislative mill during the previous administration. President Rodrigo Duterte has repeatedly said that the Bangsamoro Law could end the decades-old conflict in the troubled South, a view that's shared by lawmakers themselves.
This law will be able to, first of all, we're addressing their aspirations. The aspirations of our brothers and sisters of the Bangsamoro for self-governance, additional funding to the block grants. So they'll be able to chart now their own path for social services, for health, for education. They can now also convince the extremists not to join extremist groups. This law is what they've been waiting for to govern in their autonomous region. Is met with the laws that the difficult Bangsamoro Organic Act that we passed the last few days.
Senate Majority Leader Juan Miguel Zubiri also believes the Bangsamoro Law will bring greater good to the country.
The development of all these regions will mean growth, phenomenal growth rates for the Philippines. Kasi kung may bombahan, ang akala nila, Metro Manila yun yung bombahan doon at patayan. Wala tuloy pumupunta dito sa atin in terms of tourism and investments. So when the guns go silent in the island of Mindanao, that will be to the advantage of every Filipino living north, south, east, and west of our country. And so this is an achievement for everyone.
Congressional leaders have explained that the proposal experienced a number of hiccups due to contentious revisions. That included the proposed justice system, parliament, territory, and plebiscite.
We were very careful. Precisely, we had several problems along the way because we could not grant everything they want.
Perhaps one of the most controversial provisions is the expansion of the present-day ARMM. Lawmakers have decided that some areas in Lanao del Norte and North Cotabato will decide for themselves whether or not they will join the Bangsamoro. That be done through a referendum to be conducted in their home provinces.
Sa territory nun, because they would have wanted that the 39 barangays in North Cotabato and the 6 municipalities of Lanao Norte would vote by themselves.
The management of inland waters like Lanao has also been ironed out.
On the issue on inland bodies of water, that was actually a sensitive issue for a few days. Actually, since last week pa natin na-table yan. But they agreed when it comes to all inland bodies of water in the Bangsamoro, sila talaga magmamanage. But when it comes to inland bodies of water that produce energy for areas outside of the Bangsamoro, it will be co-managed by the DOE together with the Bangsamoro government, like Lake Nanao, sharing of fees and revenue for that particular sector.
After a number of delays, the Bangsamoro Organic Law will be ratified by both chambers of Congress on July 23 in time of President Duterte's third State of the Nation address. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.